This is Hilda, and I tell you, I'm really enjoying my journey that God has set me on. I feel like this is have to be told, and here I am again with somebody that remember my granddaddy,
Yeah.
which I was his special grandchild.
Yeah. Huh.
And so, okay, what can you tell me about my dad, Derwood Parker, and what you can remember?
Well, as I say, I won't promise you I'll get it all exactly right, but anyhow, because my memory is not as good as it has been. I'll tell you that.
Yes, I
I can,
understand.
I can't names. I meet somebody that I've known, but that I can't call her name, and they tell me, I say, "What is your name?" And they'll tell me, and I will have forgotten it in a few minutes. I mean, it just goes away from me
I
sometimes.
understand. How old are you? How old are you, Mr. Davis?
92.
92 years old.
92 years
I
old.
tell you, it's
I
amazing.
was 92 years old last September.
Well, congratulations. Amazing to talk to you. I mean, I can't even remember sometime what I did a couple of days ago.
Well,
So it's good to talk to you with so many memories. Well, how far back can you go? How long did my granddad work with you? How long was it when y'all was friends? Do you remember?
no, I don't. I can't remember how long it was. I really don't. Different people lived down in that house.
Yes, sir.
You know where Lane Down Road is?
Yes, sir.
Well, that there's not a house there now, but there was back then.
Mm-hmm.
The house has been torn down.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't burn down, but it's been torn down.
Yeah.
And that's where he was staying. I can't put the years together.
It's okay. It's okay.
But as I say, I started to say Derwood, he could drive a tractor, but he wasn't a real good tractor man for us. He just ordinary driving. But anyhow, I remember I had a wet place back there one day. So you had to be careful. You could go in it with a iron disket, but in other words, you better not let the wheels start spinning it at all. Do you get stuck?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So
Well, what did he mean when he say "I got you"?
Huh?
What did my granddad say? What did he mean when he said "I got you"?
well,
Was he drinking Kool-Aid or what was happening?
well, he would. I told him, I said, "Derek," I said, if you don't pull that rope on that thing, take that disc out of the ground and that where it's wet out there like that, I said, you're gonna have to get it out yourself. I said. but Derek was all right. He, in his way, he's all right. He and I got along all right.
Mm-hmm.
Sure did.
So the color of his skin didn't bother you, you know, like some people now they crazy, you know, they act like they can't even get along. Why do
Well,
you
that's
think we
right.
got along so good back in the day?
Well, we did. He and I got along. As I say, I knew how he was, and he knew how I was, and as I say, I joked with him some about it. He'd say something about wanting a little money or something. I said, Derby, I said, I already smell something. I said, I said, I don't believe he did nothing more right now, but something like that. We got along good.
I
But
remember
to say
my
that,
granddad.
the one thing that I can remember so much about the way he would say, "Ain't I with you? Ain't I with you? I'm with you. You know I'm gonna be with you."
What were you farming back then, Mr. David? Were you doing tobacco, cotton?
Yeah,
What were you
tobacco was one of the main things. Tobacco and uh-oh. Excuse me, let me get it down.
So you were doing tobacco and cotton?
Tobacco and cotton,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know where I had quit planting cotton most. In fact, people around the home one time quit. There was a family down there, Sarah Williams. I don't know if you ever knew her or not.
I can't remember.
Sarah
her.
Williams and Alnora.
Yeah, I remember Eleanor.
Alnora and
Yes, sir.
Sarah were down there about the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was a family too. And I remember Sarah and her sister was get out there. Oh, I can't think of her name. They while I was weighing up cotton, they keep on picking, trying to.
Is it Grace?
Huh?
Was Grace her sister?
What?
Grace.
Grace. Seems like that don't ring a bell with me.
So do you consider yourself just one big family working for a common goal then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have any big arguments about anything. Go ahead and answer.
So you didn't have any big arguments or anything like that?
Do what?
So you didn't have any big arguments, so you just got along as one big family?
No, I didn't never. Really did. When I got married and moved down there to Pharaoh, my daddy-in-law, my wife's daddy, he was expecting me to look after things, and I was too young then. I hadn't ever had that responsibility. I had worked hard all my life. I grew up working. My daddy taught me how to work and all that sort of stuff on the farm. But Mr. Evans to say he sort of thought he wanted me to go out there and sort of take charge, which is some of the rest of them. There were several, about 3 different tenants right there on that farm one time back then.
How big was your farm?
3 or 4.
How big was it? How many acres?
Well, in that see, there was some in 2 or 3 places. Part of the farm was over in Greene County, where my mother-in-law inherited over in edge of Greene County. But this right down at Pharaoh, it was, I don't know, I forgot how much it was, all of it together. But it was enough for, there was 3 tenant families on the farm, and besides my my daddy-in-law, Archie Everett.
Yeah.
He was my daddy-in-law. But I say we didn't. What I started to say though, when I moved down there, I was young, of course, and he wanted me to go out there and sort of take the lead in the field, working together with him, and be the one in charge. Well, I was a whole lot younger than the rest of them were. And I knew that wasn't going to work too good. I didn't feel like it was going to work too good. They wouldn't want me to go out there and tell. They knew how they'd been doing things, and they didn't going to want me telling them what to do. I'm too young for that. So, but we got along all right.
What was the most memorable moment? What's some of the good times you had when you was on the farm?
Well, I can remember putting in the back, and there was a store out there. You know where Lindell is?
Yes, I do. I used to live in Lindell.
Well, okay. Do you know where right there at Pharaoh, there was a store. Mr. Bud Bailey used to run a store down there. I don't know if you remember that or not, way back years ago. Lily Williams, they were living down there at the time, and I remember going to putting in the biker, and I went out there of course I was going to bring up some stuff back to eat.
Yeah.
And I went out there and got a ice cream cone and held it out the window, brought it back to give it to Lily. And of course it was melted down.
Oh my God.
But I say that I've lost sight. My memory is so poor now. As I say, I can remember something that happened way back growing up, but I'm not as good at that as I was at one time. I can't put it all together like I.
I know the feeling.
But I didn't ever have any real
Yeah.
Say that might not have agreed on everything, but exactly. But
Well, do you remember at the end of the season, we used to have these big celebrations because we were so glad to get out of that tobacco
yeah,
field.
that's
You remember
exactly
that?
right. That's
I know,
exactly
I remember
right.
it.
Try to have
Yeah.
have some barbecue or something.
Try to have some.
Toward the end of the time, the last day.
What you think wrong with the young kids today? You know, the young kids are so disrespectful. What you think wrong with them?
I don't know. I don't tell the truth. I haven't got the answer. They're different. There was beer around then. I didn't drink it. I've never drunk a swallow of beer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, my daddy. This sounds ugly, but I'm gonna say it anyhow. He's always advised me, son. Said if you don't ever start it, you won't ever have to stop it.
Yeah, that's right.
I was in the. Of course, it was after I was married when I was in the army for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But he'd been in the army in World War I, so he'd had a little taste of what army life was like. But anyhow, but I asked him if he'd ever. I didn't like the smell of beer that had been drunk. I mean, the odor, it didn't smell good to me.
I know. I remember them liquor steals. My dad used to have liquor steals, and the farmers around, they'll blow them up, and then they'll come back and build them again.
Yeah, well,
that stuff smell really bad.
I don't reckon you knew Edris Harris, but there used to be one down there. He lived down there where Irvin Hills store was.
Yeah.
Right down there. And they were right on the county on the line down on the branch. I don't know who it was, but it was right on the line. I think Edris. I ain't saying he was the one that run it, but I think he had something to do with it. I'll put it that way. I think he knew about it.
Did they ever get caught? I mean, I'm telling you, I was just talking to a farmer the other day. He was talking about how DEA will come and blow them up, and they said they'll wait, they'll go back and build another one, fruit trees down.
That's right.
It's kind of fun. Did you ever use the mirrors when you were farming? Did you ever have to use the mirrors when you were little?
Mules?
Yeah.
That's what I farmed with.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a tractor.
For a long time, I did a farm with mules.
Oh, you did?
That's what I grew up at home.
Was that hard work?
On.
Was that hard work?
And I had started out with mules down at Pharaoh, but I got a tractor my daddy-in-law had a tractor that not to cultivate with, but to disc land with and get it ready for planting. But later on, I bought a one-row tractor.
Were you glad to see that tractor after working with that mirror?
Do what?
Were you glad to see the tractor?
Oh yeah, sure was. Sure was. It was a John Deere. One-row John Deere.
Do you regret farming? Did it make you into a better man?
Well, I don't know where it did or not, but it didn't. It had. I don't regret it. Tell the truth, I don't regret it. I've made a living out of it, and been able to buy a little land along the way. Me and my wife together. She was a school teacher, and his mama, and I say I didn't do it all by myself. We did it together. So I don't have a lot of regrets. I don't say I do everything just the same way again, but anyhow, you live and learn sometimes.
That's right.
And sometimes you benefit by it and take advantage of it. But as I say, I've managed to buy a little land over the years. As I say, with her help, she's been gone a long time. I've had 2 wives since hers. So.
Oh, okay.
He's outlived them all.
Oh, really? Y'all live all of them?
Yeah.
I knew them all.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes,
That's amazing. But God is on your side.
Well, and I got a real good friend. If I'd have known her years ago,
So you
under
still
the same
court?
circumstances.
You still courting?
Huh?
I had an Uncle Dot there. Uncle Dot lived to be 102 years old because he was still courting.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
well, she's been good to me.
Yeah.
She helps look after me. She and her, he knows her.
Mhm.
Which one is it? Which one is it?
Wait till I tell you got 2 or 3.
Well, tell the truth, I got 2 of them. One
Oh my Lord, too. Oh, so you ain't slowed down, huh?
Yeah, I slowed down. You know what she's doing today?
What's she doing?
Putting up corn.
Oh, okay.
Corn to go in the locker.
Okay.
People don't do that anymore, putting up corn.
Well, she
Old
does.
school.
She got out last week, went down about Stantonburg or somewhere, and picked up cucumbers in the field,
Oh, wow.
and come back about sunburned. Done that to make pickles out of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you spoiled then. You spoiled. You got 2 women.
Well, that's what they tell me. I don't argue with them.
You spoiled. You got 2 women. You got to be spoiled. There's no way you can't be spoiled with 2
Yeah.
women. I don't know how you do that.
Me neither.
And the other one, she's raised on the farm down there near Lindale, but she's in the baker. She's almost a nurse. She's not got a nurse's degree, but she's waited on a lot of people over the years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, from way back yonder, from Raleigh, Dix Hill, and Raleigh, the Cherry Hospital in Goldsboro, to, and she's still helping out with me.
So how was Alnora? She lived in between Granddaddy's house and your house.
Yeah, I'm
So
trying.
what was the relation with Elnora and Sarah or Durwood?
I'm trying to think of that, Dale. I sure am. I can't put it together. I'm trying to think who. I'm trying to. I don't know. Married, I don't think. Seemed like. I don't think Aldor was married, and I can't
No. I
sort of
think
put
she
her
was.
together to tell
Yeah.
the truth, and I don't know why. I know we got along all right. I know she worked at the born Viking. Oh, there was somebody. Oh, what is his name of that little house down there between Lane Town and my house?
That was L.H. Yeverton.
L.H. Yeverton. Did you ever know L.H. Yeverton?
I knew some Yevertons, so we
Yeah.
had like everybody was
One
kind
of
of
his
related
one
to
of
each
his
other.
boys got in trouble. The little children, they used to be around the backbone, but anyhow, that was later on. One of them got in trouble with somebody. I forgot what it was. In fact, I don't. They didn't kill him, somebody, but it was something right serious. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it was.
I can remember it vaguely.
I remember
vaguely.
I don't know if I'm not sure it was. I don't know if she walked with a limp, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, how did Derek Parker end up on your land? How did you meet him?
I'm trying to think how it came about. I don't know where I can tell you or not.
Mm-hmm.
I could have some time ago, but I don't know where I can tell you how he happened to. Seemed like there was somebody in his family down there at the end of Lane Town Road there,
Mm-hmm.
and he moved in with him. I thought.
I think you're right, because it came out of the Dunny Hole. I remember when he left the Dunny Hole, that's where he went over there where
Yeah.
you all live at. So I just kind of remember vaguely. He came out of, his original place was, he came out of Kinston, North Carolina.
Out of where?
Kinston.
Kinston.
Yes, sir. He walked from Kinston all the way to Stantonburg.
Is that right?
That's where he originally started out from.
Uh-huh.
And I think he ended up in the Dunny Hole. Well, I should say his mama put him out when he was like 8 years old.
I see.
The mama put him out and put his sister out because they were dark kids. So she kicked them out because she didn't want them.
Yeah.
So they walked from Kingston all the way to Stantonburg, and that's how he ended up in Stantonburg. But he lived back there in that Dunny Hole for the longest, and then when they got out of Dunny Hole, they came to your
Yeah, I
farm.
know where Dunny Hole was.
That's where I was raised at as a little girl.
I see, right down the Wilson County
Oh my
line. just about
God, there's a lot of stuff back there in that Dunny Hole.
Yeah.
You ever heard anything about the Dunny Hole? The one way in, one way out. You can either come out shooting in a box. That's what everybody say about the Dunny Hole. And they still attempt. When I interview people in Stattenberg, they say I stay away from that Dunny Hole. The one way in and one way out. You ever heard of that before?
Yeah, I remember something about it. Who is it? Who is it? I had sort of runs that down back there. I got a.
The Shingletons.
Huh?
So they got the Shingletons. You had R.B. Lancaster was back there with us. He lived with us, and now the Shingletons own it. But Freddie's keeping it up and everything because
Freddie Coley.
yeah, it looks real neat back there.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't
Freddie's
tell
who
no
I was
difference.
trying to think of. Freddie Coley.
Freddie Coley is keeping it up. And you go back there, he takes pride in you don't see any trash.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see anything on that land.
Yeah. He had some barbecue back there once in a while.
Yeah,
I think I
yeah.
have.
A lot of ghosts is back there too. They can have it. Yeah. That's what I was told as a little girl growing up. And Freddie, Dale heard it today. He said the snakes grow 7 foot long back there. And I interviewed Tommy Shingleton. Tommy told me the same thing. The fish grow bigger. Everything grow bigger. Something ain't right back there. That's all I know.
What's the one's name that talks loud?
Which one?
Who?
I'm talking about the. He comes out at the grill sometimes. He did. He's been married 2 or 3 times. Oh,
Freddie?
huh?
Freddie?
Yeah,
Freddie.
Yeah,
Freddie
Freddie.
Coley.
Yeah.
Freddie
He
Coley is
been
what I'm
married
trying
long,
to say.
yeah.
Freddie Coley is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Freddie
he's been
Coley.
married 2 or 3 times.
Freddie
yeah.
Coley, yeah.
Do you know Hoover Taylor?
Yeah, I knew
Remember
Hoover Taylor. Yeah, yeah.
Hoover, Ken Taylor. Ken used to come see me a lot. Hoover Taylor used to come see me. He used to call me up until he's passed.
Yeah,
I used to talk to him all the time. Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, knew Hoover.
Yeah, I know you know all them guys. So does it feel different? Do you miss being in the country then?
Yeah, I call them friends right on. I mean, I don't see them. I can't. If you walk up here, I'd say I can't call your name.
Yeah.
But I'm not far behind. But anyhow,
Yeah.
and that's one thing. I have this door down here so I can see people come by.
Yeah, come by.
And see me propped up down here, and they stop by some friends that, if they're not somebody that I know now, if somebody got a woman in here that I've known for a long time
Oh, you back on them
that
women.
that's 101 years old.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, and
When I met Dale today, though, I'm older than Dale, but then he just seemed like I was back home again. Cause Dale he's country. Your son,
yeah.
he's real country. So it was a good, warm feeling meeting him today.
Well,
Very good feeling.
this best friend of mine that I'm talking about,
Yeah.
she taught him in school.
She did.
Yes.
So do you keep your door open to watch the women?
Do what?
Do you keep your door open to get you another girlfriend? Do you keep your door open? I see you keep your door.
Well, I don't keep it open for that. I got all I can handle.
You got. Oh my God, you so.
But I love both of them. To tell you the truth, I
You
love
love
both of them
both of
because
them.
both of them look after me
How
good.
you keep them separated though?
Huh?
How you keep them separated?
Well, they're good friends of each other.
What? Did they
Yeah.
know that both of them?
Oh yeah.
What?
They get along good together.
Oh,
That's the nice part about it. They get along good together.
Well, do you consider yourself? You know the old school people say Mac Daddy. You consider yourself a Mac Daddy then? A Mac, they call him Mac Daddy. Like you got 2 women. So, yeah. So
Well,
I tell you a bad man now.
This is good, just good natured stuff, and they say they're looking after me. They tell me one of them tells me, said I think we spoiled you. I said,
Yeah, I think so,
that's
too.
about right, I reckon.
So you enjoying yourself? That's what
Oh yeah,
you gotta enjoy
it's
life.
on good terms. On good terms.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad you having some fun there. If you
I tell them that they're what make me want to wake up every morning.
what?
That's good. That's a good thing. That's a good
Your
thing.
dad's something else, Dad. So is Dale your only child? You the only child, Dale?
One of them asked me one time, said, "What was the last thing I told you?" I said, "I think it was shut up."
There were three of us. I've got a sister in Pitt County that
Oh,
just
okay.
retired, and I've got a brother that was older. I was a baby.
Oh, you the
I
baby.
got a
Okay.
brother. He passed away in
Oh.
2014.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. But I want to come in and interview you, but if you could tell me anything about my granddad, what can you remember the most? Tell the truth.
Well-
Just be honest.
Well,
you
there
know?
are a lot of things that I think I've covered everything that really comes to my mind right.
Uh-huh.
But then everything might not fit exactly. But
Yeah.
anyhow, it'll say I can hear him saying, "Ain't I with you? Ain't I with you? I'm with you. I'm with you."
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, he always had him a little bird now and then. Yeah, I remember Granddad.
Well.
But we appreciate your time. Just want to come in. Probably come back and see you again.
Well, do it again. Do it again.
Yeah.
I appreciate these. I appreciate these old friends,
Yeah.
whether they're young or old. If I've known them sometime, I
Yeah.
appreciate them.
Do you remember? You remember Mero? You remember they called him Mero, Maycots. You see, they called him Mero. They were granddad children. Sandra, Gloria, Perry Parker, Shimmy. You remember Shimmy?
No, it don't seem like I can.
They'll remember,
You remember
Shimmy.
Shimmy?
Yeah, they'll remember
Who?
Shimmy.
Shimmy. They lived with
Shimmy.
Shimmy
Mm-hmm.
with S.A. Shimmy.
I couldn't believe
Live with
them.
who?
Lived with Durwood and Gert.
Mhm.
I can't.
He helped us on the farm putting tobacco back in the 70s.
Mhm.
I can't place them right now. To tell the truth. Now there's a bunch of them that Frog and what?
Yeah,
Frog
Frog.
and Dan and
Yeah,
Frank
Frank.
and Pete and
Yeah.
Patricia.
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
forgot about
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
Sandra, Gloria. There was a
Now,
bunch.
that was
There were a lot of people in that
There were a
house.
lot of
That was a
people.
different family. That was the Williams family, I think. if I'm
And the
not-
Williams was some kin to us
Sa-
too. There was a.
You didn't know Sarah Williams, did you?
Yeah, I know. I told you. I know. I remember her face. Yeah, I think I remember
Now
her.
that was Sarah had Ronnie and Randy
Mhm.
were her children, but Frank, Pete, and all them that was Durwood Parker's
Yeah.
children.
Maybe so.
And
Maybe.
Shimmy was
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. What it was, Gert had about. The reason there was so many. Gert had about 7. Granddad had about 7. So it ended up being about 14 of them. But
So they weren't all living in that house,
No,
all
but-
of them at one time.
yeah, but Granddad, he only has about 7. But Gert has, they were stepchildren, but we all consider themselves our, he all considered them his children. He raised them as his kids.
Mhm.
Well, Sarah Williams, for my wife, his mama was teaching school, and Sarah, she was living on the farm, and she helped raise them.
Mhm.
Cause she's the one, she cooked, and she was a good cook too. Cause she had a right big family. She was used to cooking big meals, but
Mhm.
most of my wife would get out the menu what she wanted to cook that day, and most of it was in the locker. A lot of it like some where you kill dogs and put it in the freezer locker and so forth. And she'd get it out for her, what for to cook, and she used to make some of the best. What do you call it?
Yeah, you remember.
She was a doggone good cook.
Can
me
you
and
cook?
Her, me and her eat real good at dinner time.
Gingerbread.
Dang.
That gingerbread, what I'm trying to talk about, gingerbread.
Gingerbread.
It would be really good at dinner time, and it would be some of it left for
Yeah.
supper, but it wouldn't be good as it was at dinner time.
Can you cook? Can
Huh?
you cook?
No, I ain't no cook, not really cook. I could survive, I reckon, if I had to, but I don't. I left to eat somebody else's cooking.
We're gonna come back and see you again now. If Dale, I'm gonna come back and see Dale when he can come a week or two or whatever. We'll come back and see you too.
Well, I appreciate you coming by, and I've enjoyed this visit.
I enjoy it. You're funny. You should have been a comedian. Now you got to keep them two women separated. You think you would be able to do that? I don't know.